General Nerdery.
Today on GNN, we all kneel before Zod. Peacemaker tries hard. All the terrible people are getting sued, and Star Trek has won a sci-fi award. Just shocking. All that and more coming up on General Nerdery News. We're your hosts. I'm Zach.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Steven.
And with us today, special correspondent, Heidi.
Hello.
That's Heidi. I gotta do it to her that time instead of you. It's weird.
Right? It sounded weird.
So does this mean that John Cena is erect while he's trying?
Probably yes. He just strikes me as the kind.
To be erect?
Yes, actually, to be honest with you.
Well, thank you for now making me think about his penis.
I'm not thinking about anyone's penis.
Just doing everything we can to avoid. So, welcome to General Nerdery News. As a reminder, because we're still in the episodes where we're getting used to this, we have split the show in half, and the fresh topical things are happening on General Nerdery News, and the evergreen stuff will be on the regular General Nerdery Network. Remember to subscribe to the General Nerdery News or GNN, I'm blanking the word, thread.
The GNN podcast?
Yeah,
Podcast
feed.
feed?
Feed is the word I was looking for.
I could feel it.
Search for GNN wherever you get your podcasts and hit subscribe.
Yeah, do all of that. I do think it's funny that I was like, we'll be doing this every week, and then immediately, because of me, we missed 2 weeks. But, whatever. Here we go.
Life happens.
Before all of that and everything we've been talking about, what have we been ingesting?
Mostly more Night Rain for me. But beyond that, let me see. I went to Rainbow Kitten Surprise this past week.
What is that?
A band, apparently.
Okay.
How was it?
The apparently makes me feel better.
No, so back in like March, my partner won tickets. So we've just been kind of like waiting for this to come up, but neither of us knew who this group was. And so we went to the concert Wednesday, and it was a time.
What kind of music is it?
It's like electronic, right?
So that's the thing, like, we go to the show, and like half of the audience looks like they're there for an EDM show.
Okay.
Half the audience looks like they're there for a Fish concert. And the little bit we listened to, it didn't seem as fun as either.
Uh-huh.
Trying to do two things and landing neither?
No, it's not even like, it was just fine. We actually got out of there after like 2 songs. And we had both turned to each other and were like, they're incredible musicians. I'm so glad that they're here for all of these people that are having such a good time. If we have to sit here any longer, we're both going to fall asleep. It kind of just reminded me of the stuff that you would play during like a montage in like an indie romance.
I mean,
But like a happy montage, not like the sad we just broke up montage.
But the like falling in love moment kind of.
Yeah.
It's like
Like, it was great music. We both agreed it'd be better to listen to, like, in your living room and just, like, chilling. And there was no reason for us to be out there trying to share space on that fucking lawn out at the Kettle House just to, like, battle falling asleep to this, like, groove.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, just fall asleep on your couch.
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless you like sleeping in public, but Tyler doesn't, so.
I don't. And otherwise...
There's probably some
Yeah.
weirdo out there, and I love them.
Otherwise, I just made sure because I requested 2 days off because I knew I was going to go to a concert and we didn't know anything about how the concert was going to be. So I made sure to have that extra day to recuperate, which was easy to do because I went to bed early that night.
You know what? You just needed to recuperate from life. So
with that day off, I went and checked out Weapons.
Ooh, I'm so excited. How was this?
So first off, because I hadn't watched Barbarian yet, from the same director.
Oh,
So I watched Barbarian while waiting for the concert the day before.
nice.
And couldn't have guessed where that one was going.
Nope.
Great time.
Yep.
I love watching Justin Long in a horror movie.
My favorite part of it.
Barbarian's the one where it's like
We watched the trailer for it way back in the day, where they're like the two people double booked for an Airbnb.
And then they're like, is he secretly a murderer? And also, look, we found this murder room.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure I was remembering the right trailer.
And it gets weirder from there.
Sure.
Yeah, guess what? With all of that, couldn't have guessed where that was going.
Nope.
And with weapons, kind of walked out of there going, all the things on my bingo card, the answer that they propose in this movie is not on there in the slightest. It is definitely from the same director. Definitely takes the same wild tonal shift partway through.
We watched the trailer for this one, too. Was this the one where the kids disappear?
Yes.
They all disappeared from their homes at the same time.
Yeah,
And
2:17 a.m. at night.
And they're all from one class, right?
All from one classroom.
And it's like that everyone blames the teacher or something like that.
Yep. Not going to spoil it because of how new it is, but I told Zach the other day. Never would have guessed why the reason for that was. Ever. With one of the most hilarious yet satisfying resolutions to a horror movie I have ever seen.
Yeah, you were telling me this was a funny movie.
It's a very funny movie.
Nice. I feel like that's a trend lately.
It's definitely a black comedy.
Which...
It is. The whole audience isn't going to be laughing. It's going to be a lot of people squirming in their seats and one or two weirdos in the back.
Just fucking losing their minds.
And I also did not realize who that director was going into these. And after Barbarian, I looked up to find out why I should know the name Zach Kreger. And it's the fucking Gallon of PCP guy? From Whitest Kids You Know?
Yes, it's the
You've
wild...
just got a gallon of PCP. Now, is it the guy with the gallon of PCP or the guy...
It is the guy with the gallon of PCP.
Okay, I was thinking it was the other guy.
I had that same realization when I was looking up Barbarian at the same time, and it's kind of fucking... It makes that tonal shift make more sense to me, having that level of comedic background and like sketch comedy timing and stuff, and then putting that within the framework of a horror movie. That then makes more sense to me.
But Barbarian was great. I think Weapons is just a step up across the board.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing.
Hell yeah.
It's a great horror movie. There's a good reason why it's getting all the great word of mouth it has been and breaking like weird box office records, like the most a horror movie's ever made on a Monday.
I love that. That's very niche.
Now, was Barbarian his first horror movie?
First horror movie.
Okay.
Technically second movie.
What did he direct before that? Do you know?
Miss March.
Oh my goodness, which I've seen several times. That's a movie that I don't know if it holds up, but
That one
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Well, that was 2002 sex comedy.
Oh boy.
A guy gets put into a coma, and
He comes out to find out his girlfriend is now a playmate.
yes, and thinks that she left him to just go be a porn star. And
I think I remember that.
and then it becomes a road trip comedy to like get him to her. And that's all my brain can remember.
She left me to be a playmate. No, she left you because you were in a coma for a, I assume, extended period of
Well,
time.
Our listeners don't need to watch this, and I don't care about spoiling this movie. But she did this to pay for his medical bills because he's been in a coma for fucking like 10 plus years or some shit.
None of the men in early 2000 sex comedies deserve any of the women. Ever.
Absolutely not.
Ever.
No. I remember him being...
I'm sure there's one.
Yeah,
but
I like that you had that faraway look, but...
But I can't think of one.
He immediately becomes an asshole about it in the movie, if I remember correctly, and doesn't know that she's the one paying for his medical bills.
God, they were so slut-shamey back then. I mean, not that we're not slut-shamey now, but like, it was extra bad.
Yeah. Even though his best friend who's on the road trip knows all of this and just forgets to tell him.
Oh, so the friend's the bad... like
He's the bad guy in this scenario. But yeah, Miss March... I remember fondly, unfortunately.
I think, is Trevor Moore in it?
Yes, if I remember correctly, who Trevor Moore is.
The other guy from the
Yes.
gallon of PCP.
Yeah. Which they... Weapons does have a scene that shouts out an amazing Whitest Kids You Know skit.
Craig Robinson was in that movie.
Yeah, like it's got an interesting cast of people. It's I now I'm curious to rewatch it. But I also have some rose-colored glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, 7 hot dogs definitely come up in Weapons. And that's about all I've been ingesting.
Heidi, anything good?
Yeah. I actually watched Happy Gilmore 2 the other day, and I will say I was pleasantly surprised.
Same.
You
I
know,
also just watched this recently.
I had a good time. I thought it was good. I thought it was well done. There's like some good cameos in there. I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
It did have a weird number of wrestlers in it.
It did, and but the best thing going for it in my book was that I was so very baked.
I mean, yeah, you have to be.
I was so very baked that I was just along for the story, that I wasn't lost in any of the cameos, even though my wife was sitting right next to me and was just like, oh, that's Travis Kelce. Oh, that's John Daly. Oh, that's this other guy. And my brain's just like, gets to the credit. It was like, holy shit, that was John Daly? Where was Travis Kelce in this?
I did watch a bunch of clips out of nowhere of Happy Gilmore. Like, YouTube was like, maybe he'll watch Happy Gilmore too if we watch whatever. And I'm like, all right, I got nothing going on for an hour. Like,
first one's obviously better. I rewatched it right before and then watched the second one too. But yeah.
Yeah, it's good. And I've been playing the Cozy Hobbit game.
Oh, how
and,
is that?
It got lots of like shitty reviews, but I really like it. Like it's
I don't know this.
You don't. It's Tales of the Shire.
Oh.
And you pretty much just like customize your own little hobbit, and then have a little hobbit hole, and it's like Animal Crossing.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
Right, and it's on Switch.
It's on Switch and Steam. But it's just really cute. It's only $30 on Switch, which isn't bad for Switch. But like, I don't know, it got like shitty reviews about like the graphics, but I think it's cute. I think it's cute and fun, and it is what it needs to be.
No Switch game has gotten good reviews for graphics since Breath of the Wild.
That's very true.
I wonder how it runs on a Switch 2. I was fortunate to be gifted a Switch 2 for my wedding.
Nice.
From some very rad friends. I love them.
That's an excellent wedding present.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Very much, yeah. I still don't know how to formulate the words of how enamoredly just like wild that was. Like, thank you. Yeah, struggled in the moment, still struggle with it now. But I fucking, that's great. But yeah, I've been wanting to play that game. So knowing that, I'm probably gonna pick it up and play it with my wife.
It's cute and fun. So like making your own little hobbit, running around the Shire.
What's your hobbit's name? I need to know more about this.
My hobbit's name is River.
River?
River.
That makes more sense.
And yeah, they're just a nice little hobbit. They have a few, like, you have like friendships. You can't flirt with other hobbits, but you can have friendships with them.
That was gonna be my next question.
I know.
Can you like flirt? Is there like
I kind of wish dating was a thing, but it's not.
David Eddings is this fantasy writer that I was always a big fan of, and he described Lord of the Rings as like you could see his Catholic coming out, and the hobbits don't exist from the neck down.
Yes.
Except for their furry feet. Big fuzzy feet.
So like the very top and the very bottom and nothing else.
Nothing else.
Luckily, that's not much room when you're talking about a hobbit.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I've been spending the summer riding a tandem bike with my roommate and jumping into the river. So yeah.
Like off of bridges?
Off of bridges, yeah.
God, I haven't done that since college.
It was really fun. I'm terrified of heights.
I got a sense of mortality and I can't do it anymore.
See, I'm terrified of heights, and I thought it was like the best thing ever, so I don't know.
I would do it, but I'd have to be at the right bridge. None of the bridges in town
That's fair.
feel safe to me to do that, personally. For me, ingesting, I watched 2 movies recently. I just finally watched The Monkey, Osgood Perkins.
I've heard it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. A dark comedy horror. Emphasis on the dark comedy. It also was an interesting... It, to me, had some interesting things to say about death, and it felt like an interesting examination of survivor's guilt to me. And I really, really enjoyed it. I want to rewatch it, kind of enjoyed it. And then the other big thing I watched, which was really fucking wild to watch, having then found out about Terrence Stamp's passing, was right before, like the day before, I watched Last Night in Soho, which is his last released feature film.
Oh, shit. Also, how's Last Night in Soho?
Fucking great. I don't know why I heard it got bad reviews, because I really enjoyed it. It's fun. The soundtrack is incredible, which always does it for me. I love a good soundtrack. But I liked it a lot. Fucking Anna Taylor-Joy, if I remember correctly.
And Matt Smith.
Matt Smith, that was the hardest part, is I never like seeing Matt Smith as a villain. It's just, I don't know how I'm hard to disassociate him as the Doctor. So
It's kind of awkward seeing him as a villain.
I'm trying to remember the other girl's name. Thomason something.
I totally meant to look it up, but I was trying to be like really in the moment of watching it. And then I went to Letterboxd and rated it and reviewed it. And then immediately forgot to look up anything, because I was also having to go do chores. So, and that's about it for me.
Hold on, I'm looking up. Thomason McKenzie.
They did an incredible job playing it off of each other. I really loved... Actually, she's kind of wildly forgettable, which is not an insult, in that she fades back into the story really easily and like plays... I don't know how to phrase this in a way that makes sense. She's able to take on the persona that bleeds into the Anna Taylor-Joy character really well.
Okay.
And playing off of each other and picking up the same mannerisms.
All right. Yeah. Killer.
Yeah, I want Edgar Wright to do more straight up horror. Or that kind of horror. I do see some criticisms for the ending of it. I get it. He is a white man directing it. But also, I enjoyed it.
Let's see. So, lots of wrestling, because always lots of wrestling. SummerSlam happened while we were going on. It was the first two-night SummerSlam, so it's basically just WrestleMania 2, Electric Boogaloo. It does not need to be 2 nights. You watched SummerSlam with me last year, and it was a lot of fun, and it was kind of perfectly spaced out. I enjoyed all of it. There wasn't really a bad match, but like, there's just too much wrestling. And it's because WWE is openly trying to like crowd out other companies.
Mm-hmm.
So annoying. But, you know, John Cena and Cody Rhodes put on a banger of a match, which is great because their WrestleMania match sucked. And so it was good to see that reminder that they really could do it. More importantly, this last Saturday, Cece and I watched Triple Mania, which is... There is a Mexican wrestling company that was recently bought by WWE called AAA. I don't know what the 3 A's stand for. But because it's Mexican luchador company, it's fucking unhinged. This is also all free to watch on YouTube. Whole thing.
Nice.
I highly recommend at least watching the first match, which is like a Royal Rumble style match. So every 90 seconds, a new wrestler comes in, and then it's over when all of the wrestlers have gone over the top ring or top rope, except for the last one. Now, Royal Rumble matches are always fun just because you're like, who's coming next? It's better with fucking luchadors because a bull man came out.
Yes.
Named Toros, who I love.
Also, I just imagine that's way faster than the Royal Rumble you showed me.
The Royal Rumble we showed you had 30 people. This had like 10, 15 maybe.
That's awesome. But also just in general, I feel like that Royal Rumble had a lot more people who kind of took their time on their walk-in.
No, there was a definite... The walk-in entrance is like fucking 20 feet away instead of that like half of the stadium.
There's more story going on at the Royal Rumble than your average match.
Yes, that's 100% true. But we also got, like, the third La Parka, L.A. Park, from the chairman of WCW. That one is still going. And then his replacement died. Mm-hmm. And then this is the third one who just started. He is a dancing skeleton man. He dresses up like the skeleton kind of Grim Reaper kind of thing, like skeleton tights and a hood.
Will you send me a link to this?
Yes.
Because I want to watch this.
And he was supposed to be scary, but he keeps dancing. So he kind of just became Dancing Skeleton Man. And then WWE brought in some stars we haven't seen in a while. Otis, who is just...
I've seen him.
La Parka. Yeah, La Parka is one of those ones that, like, a lot of people have at least seen a picture of before, but didn't know. I will send you there's a documentary online, I think literally just called, like, The Tragedy of La Parka or something like that. Yeah. And it's fascinating. But WWE brought out, like, Otis, who is, like, shorter than me, but, like, 400 pounds of muscle. He just looks... He's round?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, and, like, his limbs look too small, but he's just...
A big meaty meat man?
So strong.
A big meaty meat man who likes slapping meat.
The crowd loved him immediately. Like, he was playing around with other people. Microman came out, who is possibly the smallest person to ever wrestle. He is 3'4" and weighs 62 pounds. And, like, Otis was protecting Microman until Microman turned on him and pinned him when he wasn't paying attention.
I love how that's always... like, you've told me about Otis because the one time I saw him, I was like, I love him. He's my favorite. And then you told me a bunch about him, but that seems to be Otis's downfall a lot of the time.
He is a very nice man.
He's a very nice man, and people were like, well, I might as well just
fuck over Otis now. There was a very famous wrestler who I didn't know, and unfortunately I can't remember the name of, who... I guess there's a part of luchador that is kind of like luchador wrestling, Mexican wrestling, that's like tied in with drag culture. Except instead of specifically like I am dressing like a woman, it's just playing a lot with gender presentation. And,
interesting.
Like, Otis was hitting on this person for a while, and they had like a little almost dance in the ring before that person. It was so good.
Okay.
And then Omos, the Nigerian giant, came out. Omos is a former basketball player who is 7'4". He was threatened by Microman, who is again 3'4". And I'm going to show you guys this picture because it's one of the greatest pictures in the history of wrestling.
Oh. Yeah.
He kicked Microman, and it is like the size of his foot is like Microman's torso. I was like, kind of felt bad.
It's so wild that he's a foot taller than me, and that somehow and also just like probably exponentially bigger than me as well.
Yeah, he weighs like 420 pounds or something.
Yikes.
He's huge. I mean, he's 7'4". Like,
although he's 420 plays it.
Yeah. Two clowns beat the shit out of another group of people. There's a wrestler in there named...
See, that sounds horrifying.
El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr., which means the son of Dr. Wagner Jr. So it's Dr. Wagner the Third, I guess? And Dr. Wagner was just a dentist? Like, he was... it's so fucking weird. There's Mr. Iguana, who paints himself all green and fights with a iguana puppet named La Yesca, who is more over than the entirety of the, like, roster. There's a great fucking video of someone fighting them and, like, does their finishing move on La Yesca, and you just hear this child screaming in the audience as they're, like, attacking this puppet. And this kid's just like, you fucking monster! Like, it needed more women's matches. It had one women's match out of like 6 matches, and that annoyed me. But other than that, it was fucking incredible. I will be watching this again. I don't always rewatch pay-per-views, but it's weird. Oh, I think I've told you guys about El Grande Americano, I
drank one of those.
You got there before me.
He is a kind of terrible joke on luchadors of there was this one guy named Chad Gable who kept getting his ass kicked by luchadors. So he went to learn the dark arts of Lucha Libre. And then shows up dressed as a, like, American-themed luchador and has this awful fucking, like, he's secretly the greatest luchador of all time, long history kind of thing. And everyone was really offended at first because it was offensive. He came from the Gulf of America. Like, he's,
Oh no.
it was bad. But then Chad had to leave for a while because he's had to go get surgery. So they gave it to someone else who, one, is a foot taller than Chad. So that's just fun. But Ludwig Kaiser, who's German, just to make it even weirder, speaks Spanish. So he's getting really over in Mexico because he comes out as El Grande Americano, this German man dressed like an American luchador who is singing the Mexican national anthem in their entrance. And they're all like, oh, we love him.
Yeah.
Like, so,
he is chaos incarnate. We like that.
so, oh God, the whole thing, it's just such a weird fucking show every time. And then on the complete opposite side of things, I have fallen back really into a show I watched a lot as a kid because Mom had it on VHS called Sharps.
Oh,
just
yeah,
Sharp.
yeah.
I mentioned this to you, I know. This is a Sean Bean period piece from like the late 80s, early 90s about the Napoleonic Wars.
Oh.
I don't remember the context, but the day that you brought it up to me, I saw somebody reference it online in a conversation.
That's wild. That I fucking hate the internet. Thank you for listening to our show on the internet. So, Sharps is one of the few shows where Sean Bean survives everything. Not many other people survive it. And it was I realized how hard it is to introduce people to this show when I started watching it with Cece and I kept having to pause and explain things about the Napoleonic Wars. So it was a thing at the time because of the whole aristocracy thing that British soldiers generally weren't raised from the ranks. A private or a sergeant wouldn't become an officer. You had to be a gentleman, you had to have money, and usually you had to purchase your rank.
Yikes.
Sharp gets promoted to lieutenant because he saved Lord Wellington, the man who would eventually go on to defeat Napoleon, from being murdered. And then this is basically the story about how one man wins the Napoleonic Wars and keeps getting promoted by being a badass.
Based on a best-selling book series by Bernard Cornwell.
Yes. And because I could not sit down and watch the shows, I started reading the books.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the third. They weren't published, like, the stories aren't published consecutively. Like, he's like, now we're going back to when he was a private in India. Now we're going after the Napoleonic Wars. Now when he was a captain. So, like, I just started where this TV series starts and have been going through. Very different, but still very good. It's kind of like if Vimes from Discworld had joined the military and was more of an asshole.
Interesting. Okay.
Because he's like a man who comes from nothing, is perfectly suited for what the life he goes into, has a weirdly loyal sergeant following him at all times, and
also Nobby Knobs is there.
Kind of, yeah. Except it's Hackman. But, okay, so, one, this show is fucking star-studded in ways that I did not realize. Fucking Mark Strong is in it.
Oh.
The guy who plays Vision in Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Also was in A Knight's Tale. Also...
Ah, man. My brain's...
Why are you going to make me think of names right now?
The bad guy in Solo.
Oh, that's right. I need to rewatch Solo.
Dude, Solo's so good. Paul Bettany. Paul Bettany is the name.
God damn it, why couldn't I think of that?
Very successful actor that none of us were bringing up.
Yeah.
As I said, Sean Bean's in it. Now, okay. I know that the British Empire was bad. I know that imperialism is bad. I know that, like, all sorts of, like,
Those are bad
colonialism,
things.
like, yes. I know that the 19th century is, like, the worst era to live in, possibly ever, like, with one or two exceptions, and all of that. It was so bad that Brian Cox, who's also in this, by the way, Brian Cox is incredible.
Nice.
Love Brian Cox.
It's so bad that Brian Cox quit the show just because recreating this era was so bad that he didn't want to do it a third time.
Damn.
But still, when I am watching this show, I'm like, the romance of the life of a soldier.
Oh my
and then
I
get away from it, I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I get it how shows can trick you like that, though. Like, I get hungry every time I watch Hannibal.
oh my god.
Having watched Hannibal, yes, I've also gotten hungry watching Hannibal. Tyler's not a fucking, or we're both at least as weird.
The only time I watched Hannibal was the first time I ever tried a dab rig and I couldn't actually move. So that's most of what I remember.
That's most of what I remember.
Yeah, the first time I tried a dab rig, it put me on the floor.
Tried it twice, and then I just said never again.
Twice. Too expensive in my opinion.
Neighbor had it. Yeah, so this show came out mostly over the 90s. It's weird because it's mostly like period music for it, you know, orchestral, and then random fucking electric guitar out of nowhere. You definitely...
It's because you didn't notice it, but Peter Capaldi's in the back.
Dude, I am surprised I have not seen Peter Capaldi in this. It was originally supposed to be Paul McGann, who played the Eighth Doctor, but he was playing football, soccer, whatever, like, while they were filming the first episode and broke his leg or something, so they had to rehire, and they hired Sean Bean.
Huh.
So, good job, them. And this is, like, James Bond era Sean Bean when he was
Right.
in, what was that? Was it?
Goldeneye?
Goldeneye.
Yeah.
006.
So, like, peak Sean Bean in a lot of ways.
I want to rewatch those Pierce Brosnan.
Tomorrow Never Dies, I remember liking, but the story's really dumb. It's mostly about a...
Oh, it's all really dumb in
Oh,
that
they're all...
era.
Yeah, that's why I want to watch those ones.
Stealth Boat was their plot for that one.
Was that also not the plot to Triple X?
I don't remember. I've not seen Triple X since it was in theaters. Do we want to cover some news? I don't actually know how we do the transfer on that one yet.
Yeah, we should probably figure that out at some point. But until then, since we already mentioned John Cena being erect, we could probably go into the trailer we watched.
All right, Peacemaker Season 2, the Red Band trailer. It doesn't give us a whole lot itself. It's mostly a, like, vibes trailer.
I don't know.
And a lot of that vibe is saying fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. I didn't see any of the dimensional stuff before in any of the trailers we've covered, unless I've not paying attention. Or
They showed another Peacemaker holding a gun to his head in one of the other trailers. But, like, they never definitively said that was, like, multiversal stuff or whatever.
Interesting. I still haven't watched the first season. I want to after
We will
watching.
be soon. We will be very soon.
All right, cool.
Yeah, watch it. I mean, he said we will, but anyway, watch it anyway.
Yeah.
It's really good. Apparently, one of the reasons why Superman is coming to VOD and streaming so early is so that people can watch it before Peacemaker Season 2. Because I will say the way that movie shakes out in the end does explain why Frank Grillo's character is suddenly so butthurt about fucking superheroes.
Okay. Now, and he's playing the head of Creature Commandos. He's playing Rick Flag Sr.?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, again, I still have not seen Superman yet just because life has happened. I finally was like, I'm going to see this movie in theaters. And then I remembered why I never go to theaters anymore.
Like, and it's not like a big revelation or anything, but like having seen Superman, I'm like, oh,
Yeah. But like, James Gunn has not missed with a superhero movie yet.
Nope.
So, Heidi, did any of this trailer make any sense to you in any
No.
way, shape, or form? Okay, cool.
Not a
That's
bit.
what I thought.
But did you love Eagly?
The eagle.
Yeah. I mean, the eagle's cool.
That's all that matters.
That's
Yeah.
it's just his pet best friend eagle. I do know that they are just openly willing to piss the worst people on the internet off because John Cena is going to have a bisexual orgy scene.
Oh, that will
In
piss
it.
people off.
Yep,
I like
and I'm
that.
all for it. Good for you, John Cena.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't wait for more Vigilante. Because, wow.
That character is the worst best.
So bad, but great.
Uh,
But amazing.
If you have seen the first season of Peacemaker, watch this trailer. It'll get you hyped for the second one. If you don't know anything about Peacemaker, it probably will mean nothing. I mean,
There's a bunch of good people in this though too.
Yeah.
Beyond just like John Cena's being great and everything I've seen him in. Fucking Tim Meadows, Steve Agee.
Yeah.
Those are the two people that my brain really plucked out of this trailer that I was like, fuck, I love those guys. But a lot of good people in this.
Frank Grillo.
Frank Grillo, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's
apparently 60. I did not realize how old he is.
holy shit. He looks good for 60.
Star Trek Lower Decks has won 2 Hugo Awards. The Hugo Award is basically the sci-fi fantasy Oscars.
So yay. Which
Yay.
ones do they get?
Real quick before that, this is the first time Star Trek has won a Hugo since All Good Things, the series finale of Next Generation, which
Oh.
would have been in like 1994. So it's been a
Wow.
fucking minute.
Wow. And for an animated series.
The first one they won was in like 1967, and it was a original series episode. They won for the final episode of Lower Decks, which is, what is it, the next generation?
Okay.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
The new Next Generation, sorry. Written by series creator and showrunner Mike McMahon and directed by Megan Lloyd. It is a fantastic episode, and it really felt like they had to wrap up really fucking fast. I think they were hoping for another season. But I didn't really feel like it did what most Star Trek does best, which is do a finale where you still, like, the adventure continues, but also wraps up enough plot threads, et cetera,
Engage
that you
the
don't...
core.
God damn it. That you feel like you don't feel like you're missing anything. Like, and it really showed the growth of the character. I don't know. I just really loved the last season. It's another one that we have to do on the podcast soon.
Yeah. What we're going to do on the podcast anyway, so I'm not going to get too far into it. But, like, the first half of that last season, I felt like I had to rewatch a couple times because I kept, like, attention drifting. But the back half is amazing. And I thought the penultimate episode, I thought was stronger than the final episode, but...
The penultimate one got to take a lot more risks. The last one had to really do a lot. It had to carry a lot of weight. But it's kind of a two-parter, so like it all kind of ties together.
There's a speech in the penultimate episode that is essentially, why do we keep going back to science fiction?
Yeah. No,
And
it's
it's
great.
amazing.
It's so fucking good.
Awesome.
And then the next one, they also won for... Ryan North won it for the graphic novel Choose Your Own Adventure Lower Decks, Warp Your Own Way. I have not read this yet. Yes, I knew you were going to be excited because I know you love Ryan North.
I've
thanks
actually
to
seen
Squirrel
some
Girl.
of some pages of this. Not the whole thing, but I've seen it was being hyped on Tumblr. It looks really cool and
It's
interesting.
a choose your own adventure comic book starring the cast of Lower Decks. Love that, love that, love that.
And Ryan North is great. So
He's
I'm
so
fucking
good. Let's see. Oh, sad one for a moment. Terrence Stamp has passed away, I think, like yesterday.
Kneel before Zod.
Kneel before Zod. Terrence Stamp was 87 years old, an incredibly successful actor, having starred in, among many other things, Superman, Superman 2, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, The Limey,
Amazing movie.
I still have never
Queen
seen
of the
it.
Desert.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see it.
And I've never seen Limey, but I keep hearing that like that might be his top role.
Wall Street, Young Guns, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, where he played Chancellor Valorum, The Haunted Mansion, Elektra, which, sorry, buddy, that you starred in that one.
Does he play Stick?
Oh my god, does he? Wanted, Get Smart, Yes Man, Valkyrie, Songs for Marion, Big Eyes, and Last Night in Soho.
Which, he has a great role in that.
Yeah, he played Stick in Elektra.
I've seen Elektra too many times.
I saw it once.
To actually,
it's
to
very
comment.
bad.
I've seen it upwards of 7 times.
He played Brigham
That's
Young in September Dawn. That's fucking wild.
The American warlord Brigham Young.
Yeah.
He's also, he gets credit on Smallville as Zod.
Oh, they used his voice or something somewhere?
Yeah, I think he, yeah.
That's wild. All right, looking back at my list of news. Oh, and all of the terrible people are getting sued. So we're going to kind of go quickish through this one, just so we don't take up all of your time. But we are going to talk very briefly about the bankruptcy of Diamond Comics distributors. Now, this has been probably the biggest news stories in the comic book industry for weirdo fuckhead nerds like myself. Not people who are just generally aware of like, hey, Spider-Man's cool and I like that movie, but like people who pay attention to behind the scenes of the industry. So, Diamond Comics distributors, I'm going to just kind of do a quick who Diamond is and where they stand right now with their bankruptcy proceedings, because these guys will almost certainly come up again in the news. Diamond's Comic Distributors, a distribution company for comics, is like Marvel makes the comic book. Diamond sells the comic book to the local comic book store, takes their cut, gives the rest of the money back to Marvel. Or whoever. So, like, Marvel just has to worry about the production of the comic, but doesn't have to worry about getting it to, like, Muse, Mile High Comics, etc., etc. Does this make sense?
They're the distribution network.
Literally,
basically.
yes. Yeah. Now, Diamond is the only real distribution company in comics up until about 5 years ago. They were investigated for being a monopoly, but it was decided that it didn't matter because they didn't have a monopoly on all of books. Just comic books.
Which is insulting.
Like, at least that's how I understand it. They're also heavily responsible for, like, toys, games, apparels, anything that you would find in a comic book store probably comes through Diamond. They have a tendency to push other distribution companies out of business. They are absolute fucking bullies to small press companies. Like, they don't offer particularly good deals. Their things kind of like, well, they'll arrive when they arrive. Here are your options. You can take it or leave it because we don't need you. And they also have a history of censorship. They got certain books canceled because they were too violent or too sexual. And when Alan Moore wrote a, quote, graphic childbirth scene in Miracle Man, Diamond tried to make comic book stores not sell it.
Gross.
Just we're like, nope,
Damn.
nope, we have to protect an industry, so we're going to do that. They got books canceled, or refused to carry books, which is the equivalent of getting them canceled, by Kitten Surprise, David Sim, who does suck ass, but that's his own thing. A bunch of others. They're just not good. Like, but they were also the only option for years, and they were kind of part of what made comics so big, but they're also what have made comics as small as they are now. Because comics sell, 30,000 copies for an issue is doing okay, and it used to be like 200,000 copies. So, like, the industry has shrunk significantly over the years, which we don't necessarily realize because Superman made 650 million or something like that. Like, whatever the number is. Now, Diamond shut down entirely during COVID, just stopped all production, said, hey, we're not sending anyone anything. I get it. It's COVID. It's the pandemic. Like, shit got weird and complicated. But it basically shut down the comic book industry overnight. As a result, Marvel and DC and IDW, who is one of the like top 5 companies, all found other distributors, mostly Penguin and Random House. As a result, Diamond now owes millions and millions and millions of dollars. They declared bankruptcy, and then they decided that they were going to liquidate all of their held products. So, like, as I said, Marvel, IDW, whoever, Vault, who's a local Missoula company, sends their product, it's stored at a Diamond warehouse, Diamond sends it out as it needs to go. In the process of liquidation, to try to make money back for the creditors, they announced that they were going to be selling all of their stored stock, but they weren't going to give any money to the companies that had produced the materials. So all of the money raised was going to go to settling the debts that Diamond owed. This is a problem for a small company like Dynamite that was like, well, we can't afford anything now if you do this. Because, like, basically we lent you that and you're supposed to give us our cut back.
Yeah, you still owe us.
Yeah, we own this. So there has been this huge, like, several groups have banded together to sue Diamond to stop them from doing this. Unfortunately, they're going up against JP Morgan Chase, so I don't expect them to win. But, like, depending on how this goes, this could shutter most of the most of the minor comic book companies. For example, Ad Hoc Committee of Consigners, which is one of the groups that is suing Diamond, consists of Ablaze, American Mythology Productions, Avatar Press, Battle Quest Comics, Action Lab, Drawn and Quarterly, Fantagraphics, Green Ronin, Hermes Press, Living the Line, Paizo, Udon, Zenoscope, and then the Games Manufacturers Association, which is another one, has Skyscraper Studios, Roll for Combat, Liminal Esports, Snowbright Studio, the consignment group of another consignment group, has Dynamite Entertainment, Aspen, Black Mask, Distillery, Heavy Metal, Magnetic, Massive, Oni, Panini UK, Alien Books, who owns Valiant, Graphic Mundi, Titan, and Vault. So, like, 30 companies could go underground because of this.
Shit. And there's a lot that I've heard you talk about in various contexts.
Green Ronin is, like, the place for independent RPGs to be released for years.
Is Black Mask the same pulp comic?
No, Black Mask does do some really great pulp comics, but is not...
Is it referencing the pulp thing?
It might be. I don't know.
Okay.
It does a lot of crime.
All I know is that Drawn and Quarterly is the best name on that list.
That's a good name.
Yeah, that's actually pretty great, yeah.
Paizo does Pathfinder.
Isn't Oni Press the one that printed Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, The Adventures of Barry Wayne Boy Genius, a bunch of others that I can't think of off the top of my head. Like, Boom does all the Power Rangers stuff.
Kaiju Max.
Kaiju Max, which is a very unnerving comic book I gave Tyler. It's basically like Oz or Orange is the New Black, but all of it is kaijus.
Okay.
It is the Supermax that kaijus get sent to after they get defeated.
It is a very serious prison drama drawn like that.
Okay, that sounds unsettling.
Really uncomfortable. I gave it to Tyler because of that. Image Comics was suing them. They recently said that they've settled with Diamond, so no one knows what that means yet. So, like, this whole thing is really... It's going to have seismic effects on the comic book industry, especially, as I said, smaller press places, which sucks because smaller press places are putting out some of the best comics on the market right now. To end in happier news, Alex Jones just lost in court again.
Nice.
So Alex Jones, owner of InfoWars, general shithead.
Former owner of InfoWars?
Soon to be former owner of InfoWars. Basically, he lost, he owes $1.2 billion or something like that. $1 billion.
Damn. I didn't know
it was
that
ordered
much.
to sell off, like, everything. cars, watches, microphones, computers, the name InfoWars, like everything to be sold off. He sued to try to stop it because The Onion, the satirical newspaper, made a deal to buy InfoWars. They made the deal with the people, the survivors, the parents of the what was that, Parkland massacre?
Sandy Hook?
Sandy Hook?
I think it was Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook massacre. Made a deal with the parents being like, we will destroy everything this sumbitch stood for by taking his site and turning it into a parody of itself. And they were like, yep, we will take less money for you to do that. And he sued to try to stop that and tried to be like, no, it needs to be sold to this other company that he has connections to that would have kept him on the air. He just would not have owned it anymore, but he still would have basically
Been on
run
there.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, now, go fuck yourself.
So it got moved from bankruptcy court to state court, and state court's like, no, you have to sell all of this. Fuck you. And The Onion is still trying to buy it, and it sounds like the chances of The Onion buying it increased dramatically with these proceedings. So it's still not guaranteed, but Alex Jones probably is not going to get to keep InfoWars, and he's probably fucked. He did talk about how he's like, well, I've already got a new studio set up in case I lose this one. And you're like, don't tell them that. They'll just take that one too. You have to give up everything. And it's not just like sell everything you can and start over, because basically he like lost with prejudice or something. I'm not a lawyer. I don't fully understand. They get to keep garnishing. They get to keep garnishing from him for probably the rest of his life, because the man's not worth $1.something billion. Good. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
And now, sports.
This has been a General Nerdery Presents production. If you enjoyed it, please go hit like and subscribe wherever you're listening to it right now. Also, we'd greatly appreciate it if you checked out our other shows over at gnpresents.com. Thank you.